Live. Yep, it's been a little while, and I'm not going to go through the whole rundown again, but yeah, basically I'm streaming again and we're playing this campaign again. Sorry. My foot survived. It took longer to recover than I thought. So, where we left off last, we had just won a war against the evil Gelrins of Gelre. Now we're going to kill the evil Hollandish Dutch. The Dutch. We're going to kill the Dutch. Right. So let's do that. Also, I think we do want to try to get more claims, possibly like on Flanders over here. Seems possible that we might end up at war with Burgundy here at some point. Let's just spy on Burgundy. Actually, he's not super unlikely to become our ally, surprisingly. Neutral. Maybe we actually improve with him for a bit. Don't want to become hostile to him. Anyway, we're at peace. Our dudes are pretty solid. We got some room in our force limit. We got some money coming in. We should be good. Just gonna let some time pass. That's fine. I haven't actually played in a while. Apologize. Oh, hey, monarch points. Cool. Yeah, let's take some monarch points. Actually, kind of tempting to try to get the discounted yearly inflation guy, although we do have a half-price production efficiency guy right now. Just the fact that we have positive inflation makes me want to get this guy. Could we actually do that? I don't know if we have land to assign or... These are full chord, right? You know, it's kind of tempting actually just to do some development. Honestly, to get the devastation gone since we don't have a fort. We do a couple dev clicks, it satisfies a few things. Number one, it will get rid of the devastation. Number two, it will temporarily inflate the burgers to 80 and then we could get the half price guy. Number three is Dutch culture is at 44%. We can accept Dutch culture and then we can eventually make that our primary, which should allow us to form the Netherlands as a decision. There's a lot of good reasons I think to do this right now, especially since we don't have the money to build a fort. So I think we might do some development. Why not? Just a little bit. How are we doing on tech? We're behind on tech except for mill tech. Alright, mill clicks it is then. This gets rid of 12.5 devastation. That's a good amount of devastation. We'll do one click there. 24. It costs 24. Wow. Pretty good, man. That's a pretty cheap price for development right now, I gotta say. Producing cloth, golden era, corruption. Corruption's bad, obviously, but yeah, we got a lot of discounts. It's pretty nice. Renaissance, Reichsreform, loyal burgers. Yeah, I think we'll do 2 mill clicks for now. I don't want to go too high, and I don't want to make the unloyal dudes like super rebellious, but that's fine for now. And that actually takes a little bit of time to update, but we'll just take the points. I'm not gonna actually hire the guy. I've changed my mind. It's difficult to decide what to do. That's all I can say. Ottomans have faceting. Anyway, so that'll help out with getting the prosperity built up in this region. We already have prosperity in our capital. Hey, Nonchalance, thank you for sub. Time to take over the lowlands, definitely. We recently started diverting trade from the East Frisians again. Now that we are not at war and stuff, we can keep them loyal or whatever. Basically just letting our war exhaustion come down and make a little bit of cash. I do think we're going to build that second cav. Oh, never mind, we already did. Derp. I already queued him up. I was like, wait a minute. I could have sworn I had 2 force limit free. Yep, indeed I did. In fact, how close are we to a 13th force limit? This is super annoying, but when you have fewer than, I think it's 4 provinces, it lists the provinces individually and it always just shows 0 instead of the actual number. It's just a bug in the game. You have to like go manually figure out what your force limit is, like a plebe. Irritating. 0.81 plus 0.76 plus 3.5 plus base 6 plus 1.3 from East Frisia. We have 12.37 force limit, so we're like 7 clicks Probably too much, but it would be nice to get some more development over here. I think we will accept Dutch culture now. And while we have the burghers loyal and influential and all that, in fact, they're at 84%. I think we will take this click. Get that dude. And let's do a few more mill clicks. Just to get the Dutch culture up high enough. And possibly get another force limit sooner. Of course, this is kind of high autonomy at the moment, but I think it's worth it. I think having access to that extra force limit's gonna make a big difference for us. Yep. So, I mean, we could culture shift. Now it takes 89 diplo points, but we could already culture shift to Dutch, just based on that. We do have our expand Dithmarschen mission fulfilled, but we don't really want to do this click while we only have one province in the state, because it does apply to the whole state. And if you do the click now and then you end up conquering more land in the future, then it doesn't retroactively update to cover the other provinces. So ideally we want to do it when we can control the whole state with prosperity and we're like ready to do a whole bunch of development. I think we'll just save it for now. Does having Dutch as an accepted culture help with the Dutch rebellions later in the game? We were looking at that before I started this episode. Basically, there's a whole bunch of events that can cause the Netherlands revolts to start, and one of the things you need to do is move your capital to the Netherlands, like the Low Countries region. But also any other country that has land in the region that's not you, who doesn't have their capital in the region, could spawn it. So like if France owns part of Flanders, for example, and their capital's in Paris, they can spawn the Netherlands here, and then even though you're there, then your stuff will start defecting, which actually happened to us in the Nevers campaign. So we want to be careful that we don't end up having problems. Apparently the stream is having issues. And we're back. It's fine, everything's fine, don't worry about it. If you're watching this on YouTube, you didn't even notice. See? Everything's fine. Holland gives monies to France. Holland annuls treaties with England. Cool, well we almost have a claim on Holland. They're allied to a few people. Provence, Clavies, Württemberg. I think we could actually beat these guys just based on their distance. And again, the fact that I've trained up to 13 troops is... Whoops. Do I have a guy queued up behind this ship or something? I do. Let's cancel that guy. We'll train him in our subject. We could even theoretically... I know it's nuts. I know. You guys are gonna be... You'll be like, what? Who is this guy? We could even go 3 cavalry. But we do have 10% infantry combat ability. So I think we'll stick with efficiency. We'll stick with the cheapo units, the infantry. The thing about it is, the reason why it actually kind of theoretically makes sense is because we have low force limit, high income, low manpower, and cavalry are manpower efficient, and they are damage per force limit efficient. They're awful in like literally every other way, but... Alright, this dude's pretty good, we'll keep him for a while, why not? Currently suppressing rebels, we're at 70%. Friesland still has some unrest due to war exhaustion and the unpopular dissections. You know what? I think this is a situation where I'm gonna probably want to hire this guy. Right now, if we hired this, it would make them too influential. But we could then just turn around and do a little tiny bit more development in this other province to skew the balance. But also make the burghers loyal, while also potentially giving us more stuff. Yeah, I think I'm gonna come back from there. Is Arumba okay? He keeps saying things that, like he wants more cav. I know, right? It just doesn't make sense. What is going on? We need this guy, so sure, let's hire this guy. It's gonna make them too influential. How long until we can do the clergy click? as well. We could do it again December of 1484. Damn, we just recently did it. Alright, we still have the development cost edict on. I'm gonna do a couple clicks here. Hopefully that'll be enough starting next month to bring the clergy's influence down a little bit. We can get a claim on Holland. Of the 3 provinces he has, 5.9, 6.4. I don't know if we actually have the aggressive expansion. Yeah, I'd say we do. I say we have enough. We could take 1 province right now. If we could take 1, I'd probably prefer to take Amsterdam just because it's connected to our current territory. I think that Den Haag would be better because it's got the fort and it's less development, which means less aggressive expansion, but it'd be more difficult to defend considering that we don't really have transports. We have 2. It'd just be safer, I think, to take this one first. You know what I mean? Arumba blink 3 times if the ants are controlling you. Not to mention it costs more war score to demand a capital province than it does to demand a non-capital. I think there might even be a multiplier to aggressive expansion on capitals as well. We'll take claim on that one. Let's check and see what the situation is right now if we were to attack this guy. So yeah, we'd have to fight all 3. Provence, Cleves, Württemberg. Hamburg does not owe us favors, huh? We're at 4. 4 favors there. 8 favors with Munster. Entirely possible that we could do a temporary alliance with somebody. Utrecht would probably help us out against Holland. They already have a CB. We could trick them into helping us out, and they'd bring another probably 10k troops to the party, which would help a lot. Not to mention their fort's in the way, right? Like, these guys would probably end up going after Utrecht's fort rather than come up to our capital. So that'd be easier. Although our capital is level 1, which makes it very appealing to the AI. It's entirely possible. Yeah, that's a Joe Rogan quote, right? Anyway, like I need to do... I don't know, let's improve with Utrecht just a little bit. I think we can do this war. I don't think this war looks too dangerous. Oh great, now they both have too much influence. It's great. It's totally what I meant to do. Alright, let's hire, let's see. Even with the guy, it's still gonna cause... Still gonna have a revolt. Although we can get Groningen below 0 on the January tick. I'm just trying to get this rebellion to go away before we go into more wars, but... It's an 18k freaking revolt. I mean, look at the size of the damn thing. Doesn't help when you're doing development and you're rebels, but... Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. What are we gonna do? $14.44 is the only solution? No, I think we're okay. I'm just, you know, I'm a little out of practice. It's been a while. Let's go ahead and embargo Lubeck since he's embargoing us like a jerk. I'm also recovering from a cold. I don't know if I mentioned that. I think I did. Hey, look, we have a Boat. What are our current Boats doing? Affecting in Lubeck? Makes sense, I think, to still do that. We could work now already towards, like, moving our capital over here. And then, I mean... The thing we could do. This isn't an immediate problem. We need at least like 5 more months to get rid of these. To get rid of the war exhaustion anyway, so we don't really have to end. Don't have to go to this war yet. Bum 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 bum. Alright, they're at 80%. I don't want to fight an 18 stack. That's huge. I also really don't want to raise autonomy in this province, because we'll probably lose... If we raise autonomy, we're probably going to lose one land force summit. I don't want to have to pay for that. Stupid unpopular dissections. 0.35 from war exhaustion, 2 from the theologian if we hire him. It's 2.35. We're still 1.15 on rust away. The next separatism tick doesn't happen until January, right? Can't remember now. Separatism ticks every 6 months or every year? I think it's just yearly on the January tick. So, how the hell are we gonna make this thing go away? We don't have access to the feudal de jure law. One trick we could use, not really a trick, but I've mentioned this at one point in the past. It's surprising, but corruption actually has a positive side effect, which is national unrest. So if we're not gonna do any clicks, like tech, for a while, what we could do is debase currency a couple times to get our corruption up. And then the corruption will allow the unrest to go low enough that we don't have rebels. It's gonna cost money instead of manpower, and manpower is more important right now, I think. Corruption will increase the autonomy? No, it won't, because the autonomy is already at 45%. Corruption increases the autonomy floor. So corruption doesn't really affect you if you're talking about provinces that are controlled by estates, because estates already set the autonomy floor to 25, and you're not gonna have 25 corruption. So minus 20 unrest for 100 corruption. Yeah, so like, for example, if we did 5 corruption clicks, then it's definitely more expensive. But it's like one of the only ways we can do it. Isn't it better to buy mercs and fight them? I would not. No, I don't think so. I think fighting a rebel stack right now, an 18 stack of Frisian separatists, would be god-awful. Of course, it's not going to be an 18 stack if we actually hire the guy. Let's switch over to the guy. Let's see where we're actually at. 12 stack. Friesland's at 1.5. I'm going to let it run for a little bit longer. Missionary strength. Yeah, we're going to become Protestant at some point, so why not? We also still don't have trustworthy allies. I should get that out of the way. Alliance with Munster's good. Let's do, looks like Brunswick. Get him up to 150. If you move your capital, it gets rid of the estate. Is that a solution? Moving your capital is not possible to a province that has an estate. However, it is possible to move to a half core. So we might end up using that trick for a while. Like if we take over Amsterdam, for example, we can move our capital here, even though it's a territorial core, and then just leave it uncored. It's kind of dirty. I think just for the, I mean, we talked about it, it's just for the sake of showing that it's a thing, I'm gonna just do it. So we'll debase currency twice for now, which puts our corruption to 4.19. We're not super far ahead of time on tech, but again, look in the tooltip, you can see national unrest minus 0.82. And then you get all power costs, but we're not really spending monarch points on things aside from whatever. So I think one more click. And then of course you do get the money, which we can use for other things. It will now decay. We want to get a fort built. I think even after, if we do somehow get a hold of Den Haag, we're gonna want a fort just so that we can have army tradition from fully maintained forts. We currently don't have any sources of army tradition except for war. So how long do we actually have till the disaster fires? June of 70. We do have room for some extra ships. Get the ships going first. Ships are definitely the best source of money. We also haven't really done any condottieri today yet, but we will. Considering our capital is named Dithmarschen. I think we want to build a fort here in the capital to disincentivize the AI from coming over here to besiege this. Get a claim on Den Haag, and then I think we're done spying for now. Feel very out of practice today. Have I heard that they're nerfing Manchu banners? Well, it's about time. They need to be nerfed. They're too strong. Yeah, the plutocratic coup is only building up occasionally based on something in here's fluctuating. It's probably the high trade income or low trade income. What usually fluctuates. Nothing expiring, so I'm either gonna have to revoke provinces, which is also not ideal, or possibly develop the capital just so that we get more development. Try to bring this one below 100% based on the increased development of the capital. Maybe we actually do. Maybe we actually do just take the mission right now. I think it'd be better if we could stack it when we want to do a bunch of development, but considering I'm planning on building a fort there anyway, seems fine. Let's just do it now. See? Everything works out in the end. Everything's fine. Start slowly rooting out corruption, get our little, spread this cost out over time, and we'll go from there. So, alright. Check it out, we built the thing. Okay, if you're watching this live on Twitch, stick around, otherwise I'll be back same time, same place tomorrow on YouTube. Thanks for watching, everyone. See you soon.